Hey, it's me, Vay, and today we're going to be doing something a little different, and that is Worldpainter. So this is how you can use stuff to make, custom worlds and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's how I made my Canopus Beam app. So, first you're going to have to download it. There will be a link in the description, and it's just going to be a quick little download thing. After you just go through some options, it's all just pretty much going to be fine. But to start off, you're going to click File and do New World. Now, for some reason, this doesn't really work, but it'll have name. You can call it like test map or something like that. We'll just call it. We'll call it Volcano Island, and we'll just make it for 1.18. You can change the dimensions. We'll just make it a little higher. And this all isn't really. So now there's you can change it to be hilly or flat. We're just gonna leave it mostly default, just so you can kind of see. And we'll create it. Here we go. So now we have this new world. You're just gonna have to click the new world option if you want to see what that looks like. It should make sense. So let's get started with things. So first of all, let's start with the brushes here. So there are a few different ones. There's spike circle, linear circle, and squares, and all that kind of stuff. Consistent. These are the default ones, but I have some custom brushes that look a lot nicer. Now, what do you use these brushes for, you might be asking? Well, these things, the tools. So first of all, there's the spray paint, which you can change the blocks here. And if you're missing a block, you can add a custom block. You just create a custom material. It's pretty straightforward there. This looks really weird. But if we take the spray paint tool, let's say bedrock for now, doesn't really matter. So you can do that. But as you can see, it's a pretty decent circle. If we were to change it to like cracks, this is a pretty cool one. See, it makes it look like almost like cobblestone, actually. Kind of like cobblestone or something like that. And there's like squares, which is just like that. Pretty simple. And then so I have rotation and intensity rotation. Pretty straightforward, right? You can rotate it slightly. 90 doesn't do anything, obviously, but you can see you can do that. And the intensity, as you can see, if you just click, there's a lot missing. But if you turn the intensity up, it's going to fill in all of it. If you turn it really far down, like say 1%, you can just do like slight sprinkles everywhere, which is good if you just want to have like slight bits of detail. It's really good to do that for. Now let's get started with some of these custom brushes. Put the rotation back to normal. Intensity, I usually like to do a nice default one. So now the pencil, you just draw like a nice little lines like this. I also use this in Canopus Beam, I'm pretty sure, for the little like ice lines, or blue concrete, or whatever it was. Then the fill area, I guess it just works like any other kind of fill tool. It's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, so the text one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. It's not working. Well, you can write text in the background. It's kind of weird. Oh, here we go. So, if you can see this, I don't know, so it says enter text. You can change the font, the size, do all the usual stuff. I'm just going to say hi. I'll say okay. You can't see it because it's made of bedrock. Now, the next things are flood fills. You can do this, and you click on like the lowest area or higher areas, like that. You can have the basic undo, redo, zoom in, zoom out. You can edit the properties, which is the thing from when you make a new one. And there's actually enable grid. That's pretty ugly. What's this? Oh yeah, I like that. I like to have it on. Image overlay. Okay, yeah, I didn't overlay. No. Okay, go away. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what all that stuff is, but anyways. So yeah, you can fill areas. I like to start at the bottom, or if you say want to do it to like this line, you can go like that, and all the things on that line will be good. Then lava is the same thing, just lava instead. So you can flood the area with lava. Yeah. And then sponge, it just takes it away. And also, I should mention, for a lot of things, if you right click, it'll do the opposite, I think. If we turn this to grass, you're gonna fill it. And that doesn't work for that. But if we flood this, and then you're like, oh no, you can right click, and then you can bring down the level, or like the highest. It's not the best. It's better to just do use the undo button. Like that. Now we have the height tool, which is the one I like to use the most. Oh, yeah, looks cool with cracks. Look at that. Pretty cool. But you can, so you just click to raise the terrain, then you right click to flatten the terrain. And then that's just when you want to use the custom brushes, and then you can, like, you know, I like to kind of, so usually people like to make mountains, right? So I like to kind of just start in a little circle base area. 100 intensity, but let's put it, I like to put it down to like 60 or 70 maybe. Just make a nice little base area. Then I'll turn it up at 100 is actually pretty easy to use. Just like that, maybe turn it down just a wee bit. And then you have a nice little mountain. Now if you want to see what your world looks like in 3D, you can go to View, I think, no, Edit. Edit. I forget where it is. Oh, View, so Show 3D View, or you can do Control 3. Which would bring up a different thing. Not sure if you can see this. It looks really terrible because of all the cracks, but then you can kind of like drag it around with your mouse, and you can rotate the view and make it bigger or smaller, whatever. Pretty handy to have up. Oh, auto saving. Okay. Now there's the flatten tool, which you can flatten things with, as the name suggests. As you can see, we're just wiping out this wasteland, or turning this to a wasteland, and you can. Ruin your whole world, I guess. You can just put it back. This terrible world. Now there's the flat tool. So you see this mountain looks a bit rugged. Well, you can do this. Now it's a lot flatter. I don't know if you'd want to use this at all. Eventually it'll flatten your whole world out. But actually the cracks turned out looking really cool. It kind of just like indent things. But it can be a good thing to use sometimes. But if we had it like full intensity for like a really long time, eventually just make your whole world completely flat. Now this tool is the mountain tool, which makes a little mountain. If we go to the thing, I don't usually use this. That looks horrible right now. I need to play like bigger, but it kind of, you know, changes the blocks to be like a mountain. It's pretty useful if you don't want to have to like actually like make a mountain on your own. I'm trying to see what this one looks like. It looks okay. I mean, you'll have to decide. I think making it manually looks better. Now this, you can change the spawn point. Currently it's in the middle. You just drag it around or click it around like that. If you want to spawn like on this mountain or this hill, this weird mountain, like down here or whatever. There's the properties thing. You can raise or rotate a pyramid, like so. I'm not really sure what the point of these are. And then there's just regular pyramid. If you want to make one like this, it's going a lot faster for some reason. And then if you look at it in the 3D view, it looks kind of weird. These things are just selections. So I guess you can like copy an area, paste it. That's weird. I've never used this before. This is super strange. What does this look like? Oh goodness, that's horrible. So as you can tell, we've completely ruined this world. So yeah, we're just gonna quickly make a new world. We'll just not save the world, and we'll call it just island for now. And then we'll also put it to 1.18, make pretty much the same thing as before. Now I have a nice new world. So these things, you can change the layers, terrain, biomes if you need to. These will change to wool. I don't really know what you'd use them for. But, I really need to copy settings. Go away, copy settings. Tool settings. Okay, I don't know how to think. Oh no. Alright, so we're just gonna start with how to basically like make a simple island. So what you're gonna generally want to start out by doing is making the main structure of the island, I guess you could say. So just kind of like this. If you really wanted to, you could start out with like a completely flat world. That is an option. I don't really use it that much. I don't think I ever have used it actually. You don't want it at full intensity for this actually. And make sure you go to the little viewer thing and then you kind of just shape it how you like it until you like it or something. But I'm just gonna get like the nice main middle section raised out of the ground, and then if you carve out the ground, eventually you're gonna hit water. That's like the base water height. You could do that, or I'm just gonna use the fill tool to fill it up to about this line. You can control scroll to zoom in, and then you scroll to make your thing bigger or smaller. And there we go, we're just going to do that. That seems about good. Now if we head over to the 3D view, it's looking pretty decent. Now we're going to use the flatten tool. I don't usually use it a whole lot, but if you want to use it for like the edge of the shoreline, it's good to use. Maybe make the intensity a wee bit higher. Keep saying wee bit. But you're just going to do this, because you know, usually this will come in useful for a tip. I actually saw it in a Worldpainter video, so I thought I'd just share it with you because it actually works pretty well. But we're just going to kind of flatten out the area we want the beaches to be in, pretty much. And, you know, just make a nice flat area for the beaches. Just going to kind of, you know, try to make it, like, pretty flat. But it doesn't have to be too flat. I think we're about good. You know, we could make it like a circle if we wanted to. That could maybe be a little bit more efficient at this. Okay, I think that's about good for now. I always like to make sure my brushes stay something good. Like this is a decent one to use generally. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty decent. So now here's a trick I learned. So if you take this tool, right, there's, I think, okay, that's sand. So we're just going to use bare sand. And you can do at or below. Let's just grab a quick coordinates. Now if you look down here, you can see like where you're hovering. So let's say 81. At or below 81. So now we can use this and we can just, okay, that doesn't work at all. So you can, you know, turn it up a little bit higher if you want to cover more area because we have pretty big beaches here. So just like this, you're going to kind of go around the edge for now. And you see that looks pretty good. Turn the intensity down a little bit, just kind of get the edges fully filled out first. Because you see there's lots of little bits of like grass there and little green pixels. We don't really want those necessarily right now, so we're just going to pretty much just erase them from the edges. If you need to like do some like you know, details, like for now we can change like this flat circle. If you need to like just like do a huge area thing, that didn't make any sense, but oh, I think you know what I mean. But like we can just do this because we need to just get all of the grass bits away. It's kind of boring actually, but you know, Worldpainter isn't always that interesting. The worlds usually come out pretty good on a Worldpainter. Even my first world was pretty decent. Well, actually, no, my first world was really bad. I was just messing around with all the things. But there we go. So now we have a half-decent edge thing. But we can like, take this. We'll turn the intensity down a bit, and we're going to just go up like 5 maybe. Just so we can like get these areas like that. Kind of just colored in. Or like, you know, detailed a little bit more. Just like that. There we go. That looks okay. We can check out this. And that's looking pretty good. There are these ugly patches which are left over, so we can just change it to this and take off the at or below thing. Turn the intensity all the way up. And just, that's not working. Just change it to this one for now. Flatten it out. Not flatten it out, but you know, erase all these, change it to grass. Yes, so now we can actually start making the main mountain thing. Kind of mentioned the volcano earlier, might as well add a volcano to it. So I usually like to have a big mountain for like the big centerpiece. So I kind of mentioned how to make a mountain earlier. Kind of start with making like the base of the mountain, which is in fact what we're going to be doing right now. Make like a nice, you know, base. I live near a lot of mountains, so I see a lot of mountains. I drive through mountains a lot, and so you see, you know, you can look at pictures of mountains. There's mountains all over the world, but you can see where it's looking pretty good. It's like it's pretty much a raised hill at the moment, but we can kind of smoothen out this right now, and it looks quite a bit nicer, I think. And it's smooth out, but I don't like to smooth it out too much. And then, you know, if you want to, you can like carve out the ocean a bit. It doesn't really matter what you do with the ocean, but you know, you might want to do that. But now for this main mountain tip bit right here, I'm just gonna kind of maybe make it full intensity now, and just kind of keep extending it and like kind of going around like this. It kind of just takes a lot of just kind of fiddling, I guess. But then after you get it how you like it, which I do in fact like it right now, I sometimes like to make it kind of like curve around, kinda. I just think that looks kind of cool. But like, there's a pretty flat area here, we can extend a bit, have the mountain kind of consume that area. But I think it's looking pretty cool there. I want to have like a little bit of an indent kind of thing here. I think we can do that. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool right now. Although, okay, yeah, this is gonna be the last part right now. This little bit, it's way too spiky. Thing is, you don't want things to look too spiky because that looks unnatural, like too big or whatever. I want to have like give them a nice base. Yeah, that works pretty well, I think. So once you think you're satisfied with the shape of it, which I am in fact, it's not the best Worldpainter map I've ever made, but like see this area here, little tip right now. This is the area here, it looks really bad. You can just use a flatten tool or smooth tool, make it just look a lot more natural, kinda. There's a patch of gravel we need to take care of. I'll just kind of use the smooth tool to smooth out the area. I don't know why my voice sounded like that there, but whatever. Make it a bit smoother. Perfect. That's looking quite nice. Keep saying and so. My videos aren't scripted if you can't tell, or if you can tell or something. But now we can use a similar thing with this. We're going to do at and above. So let's say maybe right here, 206. It's maybe about there-ish. Oh, auto-saving. So 206. We'll just do 208 just because. And now we're going to change it to, let's see, where is it? Andesite, glossy cobblestone, gravel. This one? Yes, rock, mix of stone and cobblestone. Actually looks pretty good in Minecraft. And so now as this looks really unnatural and pretty bad, so we're just going to take maybe like more natural looking ones and turn the intensity down a bit, make it a bit lower. And we'll just go kind of like around the edges, making them look a bit flatter. Now we're going to go down a bit more, turn the intensity down a bit more, and just kind of sprinkle it around. I think we need to make it go a lot lower actually. Now I think we can just kind of add in the last little bits of sprinkles around the edges to make the transition a lot neater. Something I see a lot of these types of maps do is like have patches of like gravel or coarse dirt in the ground mixed in with the grass. You can do that pretty easily. I might as well show how to do that, but I personally don't really like how that looks, so I don't really do it. But I'm going to have to watch this recording back because it seems like the intensity keeps changing. Don't understand it. I'm probably just changing the values and then forgetting about it, but whatever. Okay, that's looking a lot nicer. So now we're going to add some snow just at the very peaks here. Let's see, maybe about 250, 255. And there is deep snow. I want the frost layer instead. Yeah, I don't really want the frost layer. So now you can just sprinkle some snow up top here. Sprinkle some snow a little bit down here. I mean, you might just want to freehand it. If you, I mean, I don't know what you want to do, but sometimes it's just better to freehand it. Like with this snow, I kind of just freehanded it. We need a bit of a smaller brush when you freehand stuff, I've found. Or at least it looks a lot nicer when you have a smaller brush. Now I'll just kind of take out some of these stone / cobblestone, possibly blocks that don't really work for being mixed in with the snow. Because that's the thing, sometimes you get just random blocks mixed in. You really want to make sure you don't do that, because especially if you're uploading it like on Planet Minecraft or something, which I probably will be doing it with this map. It's looking pretty decent, but still kind of just plain. So what we can do is we can add some nice foliage. Take that off, so don't forget. What you can do with layers, so you can add a frost layer, caves, caverns, chasms. But what we want is a deciduous forest, which they have some custom trees. We're gonna kind of put it in this valley area. The intensity has just changed. Don't know why, but whatever. I'll just kind of add some patches of trees, kind of like make them, you know, actually like connect together. Because sometimes it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know, add some on like back here, kind of like hugging the mountain, I guess. It sounds weird, but you know. And then we can, like, there's swamps, jungles, pine forests, which are like spruce. Yeah, spruce forest. Void, I'm not sure what void does. Just a long drop into nothingness. I guess it just makes holes in your world. Doesn't really seem like something you'd want, but if you want it, I guess you can have it. And I just kind of noticed I want to have some snow in this little bit here. It kind of is lacking a bit of snow. That looks a bit more natural, I guess. It looks weird, but, you know. And also something we can try to do is add a little island here. Just kind of make it like sticking out of the ground, and it looks really bad, but you know what? We'll just cover it in sand. We'll do this, and we'll make it below. What's this? And like do it like maybe like up here. Just do 230. 230 really? No, 90. We'll just do 100. How about that? And then you can just take a really high intensity brush and just go. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. Oh no. Okay, never mind, that was a bad idea. Let's turn this down to 80. No. Luckily there's an undo button. Okay, here we go. Just to get all the underwater to be good. And now we'll take this off and we'll just freehand it on this island. So it's a sand island, I guess. That's a thing in real life sometimes. It looks okay. Although I do want some grass on it, actually. Just a little bit of grass. It auto-saves, which is nice. Now I'll just freehand some nice, lovely grass onto it. That's not enough. More grass. What's that black spot? Probably just a weird glitch. Maybe a little bit more like over here. There's quite a steep island. Honestly, I think it might look better with stone. Like this mix of stone. So now nothing is only on. We can do only on the terrain bit of grass. And we can just replace all of our grass with this lovely stone. Make sure all of it got it on. And I think our map is looking pretty darn good at the moment. And you can look at the little thing here, see if you like it. By the way, these are going to actually turn to real trees. So now what you can do is, I think this is a save button. Save it. I have a custom, or I have a folder that I save things in. Now, it's probably won't show up, but you can export it as a new Minecraft map. Now I sure hope you can see this, but if not, then that's fine. I realized I misspelled island. I called it Ilad, but whatever. Also, I realized I didn't make this a volcano, but it doesn't matter. So top layer minimum depth and maximum depth, that's just like how much you want the grass or dirt to go down. Most of this is fine. We'll just give it a void barrier. It's just what I like to do. Make it endless, and we can put it into creative mode for now. Peaceful difficulty. Turn off generate structures since it is technically in an ocean. And then underground materials make stone mix. I like to add caves everywhere to make them not that common, which you can use with the little slider bar. And I don't like to let them break the surface because that looks bad. Then caverns and chasms, you can just leave that be gone. I won't add brown mushrooms or glow lichen. And resources, you can just kind of, I like to tone them down usually. Just kind of like if you want to, like the little slider bar, I like to make them go down. But everything else you can kind of, you know. But I don't like to add lava or water usually. Or dirt or gravel. But this is just like if you want it to be like a survival friendly kind of thing. You don't really want nether quartz or ancient debris. Other layers, I don't really like to do that. usually. And custom layers and post-processing, I don't really know. So now you export it, have a little screen. If it's a big map, it'll take a while. Alright, so here we go. There's a chest here. I forgot to give you this chest. I can find a lot of stuff in that chest. Well, we can see, this is a very heavily forested area. Yeah, this is a very big world. It's actually kind of cool. Here we have these two big peaks. And you see it looks pretty good with the little variation of cobblestone mixed in with it. You can see what I mean here with the little, see these? I didn't get rid of these so it looks kind of bad. But you can just cover them up manually if you need to. Like this. And I have a few other things to show you on this world that we have painted. Or I painted it, you just watched me paint it. I think I've been painting a lot. I made this like Bob Ross video, which I have kind of done in the past. You can watch that. You should watch that. So yeah, there's a little area here with snow on it, and this looks very barren and plain, but you know, it's just a quick tutorial. Sometimes people take like hours on making these. Also, there's a nice little auto biome thing here. If you do this, see, it says we're in a forest biome, which is pretty handy. And there's like, so, see, this is the forest I was telling you about. Also, it kind of puts random flowers and grass bits about. Not sure why all the options are default or whatever, but you know, kind of a nice like slope down here. And there's a beach. I don't know why there's clay. Oh, that's kind of weird. Let me fly please. And then you can see, you know, I have this nice beach, and then, so as you can see, there's a pretty, well, it's an edge, and as you can see, words and stuff. And then you can also easily get into caves if you want to explore caves, and other Stark. Slash effect, give us night vision for a bunch of time. I don't care if there's particles, it doesn't matter. And then, you know, caves. Pretty simple. Oh, there's some copper. And there's some diamonds. I made everything, all that were slightly more able to be found. But anyways, Spectator I think is probably the best way to look around these worlds real quick. And you know, have a nice little underwater, not underground. Forget where I put that little island. Well, I guess I'll just wait till I find it. You can find it out. This might take a little while. We're not going to do jump cuts. What's this? Oh, it's just tall grass. You see, this is why I didn't really, this is what I was trying to get rid of here. See, with all of these random grass patches in the sand. It's, you know, it's fine. Honestly, it's not, no one's really going to care. Yeah, here's something that you should probably not do here. Yeah, that's, my bad. My voice cracked there. Okay, where is this stupid little island? Probably should have just left the water at the height it is. I think that's usually what I do. Sounds like. These worlds can be quite laggy sometimes. See, do it again there. And like, there's like a patch right there. So like, good to have that there. It's not like a specific island, but you know, sometimes you get things like that in real life. It doesn't matter. Also in Minecraft World, Jenny, you have to, and here we go. So it's kind of a cliffy type island thing. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoy and like and subscribe. And goodbye.